Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with 5 new Valentine's Day decor pieces for you. So let's just get into it. We're going to start off with this long heart, this chunky long wood heart from Dollar Tree, some of their lace ribbon, some beads from my stash, which I got from Walmart, repurposed actually from another project. I have this sleeve of sweater material from one of my old sweaters and from my fall crafting. And of course, my beautiful solo wood flowers. Going to be using those today. And some of this twine. Just showing you the difference between the chunky Walmart twine and the Dollar Tree twine. So I just took my fabric or my sweater material and I traced around the heart to get the shape and the size I need to then glue down the sweater material to the wood heart. And then I have some little ribbed pieces of sweater material from my stash, and we're going to take those and go around the edges of the heart just to give it as much texture and dimension and a different look as I possibly can for this DIY. Now I'm going to take that piece of chunky twine and I'm going to outline the edge of this heart. I am going in with my beautiful lace ribbon and I'm just going to wrap it around about 5 times and I'm going to stack it. I'm not going to overlap it completely. I want to be able to see each wrap of that ribbon around the heart. Then I went into my stash, my little fabric stash bits and pieces, and I got a piece of brown burlap and made a little bow with some tails, and I tied it together with the jute cord. And I have one of my solo wood flowers that I just hot glued to the center of that bow. And now I'm going to take my beads and I just strung them on some of the jute and adhered them to the top of this heart, just tying a good knot in there so everything stays together. And I'm just going to put a little bit of that sweater material on the back to cover the knot. And then I made a little tassel from the twine and added that to the end of this wood bead garland. And she's done. Here is the reveal of DIY number 1. I did go back in with my Waverly in ballet slipper and I painted the solo wood flower a pale pink because that is going to be the theme for all of the videos or all of the videos. All of the DIYs in this video that you're going to see today are going to have that touch of pale pink. So this one's cute for a tiered tray. Love all the textures. Hope you like it too. Moving on to DIY number 2, I have my wood glue from Dollar Tree. I have 3 of the tumbling tower blocks, 2 of the wood pallets, my own hearts that I cut out from Dollar Tree MDF, some of these long Rae Dunn looking letters from Walmart. And I will be using the same 2 colors of paint in all of the DIYs in this video, that being the Waverly Plaster and the Ballet Slipper. So I'm just going to take some of those letters and I'm going to spell out I love you on these 3 hearts. I was looking for a capital L but couldn't find one because I had already used them. I have the lowercase L, but I wanted a capital one. So I took an E and I made it into the letter L just by taking off the middle part of the capital E and the top part of the capital E. So now I have my letters placed and I'm going to go over the top of those letters with the plaster, and the large heart will be in the ballet slipper. And before it dries, I'm just going to pull those letters up. I left this rustic because you guys know I love it, and I really like how this one turned out. It's almost my favorite. Almost. Not quite. It's a close second. If you guys want to know which one my favorite is, or the 5 that I'll be showing you today, you're going to have to keep watching. And as always, I want you to comment down below, let me know which one's your favorite of the 5. So I'm adding some wood glue and some hot glue to these 2 palettes and gluing them together. I'm then going to take a piece of craft stick and glue that on the back as well to make sure they stay glued together. And you guys, I glued it to the table. I absolutely did. I glued it to the table. So I had to scrape that up. And then when I was sanding off the glue, the sander, I need to change it. So it looked a little bit green, kind of dirty looking. I'm like, nope, that's not going to work. And normally I like things distressed and old and a little dirty looking, but I didn't like it for this. So I just took some of the plaster and painted over it. So I painted on my hearts, front and back. And now I'm just going to glue them down inside these wood slats. But because they're not thick enough to really hold, I'm going to add a tumbling tower block to the back of each one and glue it down to these wood pallets. I'm going to glue one to each side of the big heart. I'm going to put a little heart on each side and another tumbling tower block in the back. This one is adorable. It absolutely is the cutest. And I'm just taking a little bit of that scrap ribbon that I had left over from the previous DIY. I'm going to make a little bow, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the bottom of the pink heart in the center. How cute is that? And here's the reveal of DIY number 2. You guys, don't forget, if you're enjoying this content, please give it a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you're enjoying it, and they push me out a little bit more so others can enjoy it, and it helps my channel to grow. Moving on to DIY number 3, same paint I'm using for each DIY, my solo wood flowers, and I pulled out the ones that were more mauve colored. They're showing up a little bit like rust or maybe like a orangey color sort of on camera, but they really are a really pretty mauve color. So I'll be using those, and I will also be using one of the Dollar Tree tiles, the one that is so pretty with all of the raised areas and the detail. I love this. I'm going to go in with my Waverly white, or not white, my plaster chalk paint, and I'm going to paint the entire thing with that. Then I'm going to go back in with that ballet slipper. Ooh, that lighting right there was horrible. I'm going to go back in with my ballet slipper and just hit all the raised areas, give it a little bit more texture and dimension. And this is gorgeous, and it is my favorite of the 5 that I'm showing you today. I love this. It's kind of similar to the one I did with the greenery on it going down the side. I just chose to do this one, really soft pink and lacy, and I just love it. I can't say enough about it. It's very simple, very easy to do, but super pretty. It just gives me all the feels, the romance, the cottage, French cottage vibe, the shabby chic, everything. I love it. So now I'm just doing little lace, like, I don't know, I'm just taking 3 pieces of lace and just looping them and tying them together so I get those little poofs of lace in between each flower. I think that just makes it so romantic and so cute. And now I'm going to take some more of that lace and just go around the other side of the heart. You could, by all means, do the flowers all the way around the whole thing, but I really thought that one side was enough, less is more, and I didn't want to cover it up so much that you didn't even know it was a heart. Now, because that faux tin tile is a little flimsy and I wanted this to be a little more like stable, I took some more of that, Little Caesars pizza box and I cut out the heart. And then I just went in with some of the plaster because you can see the box through the lace, and that was definitely a no-no. So I just put the plaster paint on there and covered all that up. This is beautiful. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Put a lace tie on it. Excuse me, put a lace hanger on it, and it's done. Simple and so pretty. I wish you could see the mauvey, kind of like pale color of those flowers. It's showing up like a rusty orange, but it's really a pretty mauve color, a pinky kind of mauve. This one is gorgeous. I love it. Moving on to DIY number 4. This is brand new at Dollar Tree, these little houses with the words on it. And also this like shiplap sign, that's new at Dollar Tree as well. I have some of the pink and white twine, my same 2 colors of paint, and a wooden heart from my stash, and some leftover beads from the Easter beaded garland that I had in my stash. So I am just taking that pink and white twine and wrapping it around the heart. I'm going to take this ribbon and split it because I want it to be a little thinner. And I'm just going to wrap and wrap and wrap, giving myself loops on either side, gluing that down. I'm going to take some of the Dollar Tree twine and tie it around the middle to give this a bow kind of feel, but I'm going to separate it, and it ends up looking more like a flower to me than a bow, but it's still so cute for this particular DIY. I'm going to take this thin piece of lace that I have left over, and that's going to make the tails for this bow. Just fluffing it out. That's cute on its own, but we're going to add it to this sign that we're going to hang up. So yeah, you guys, Dollar Tree, oh my gosh, this is brand new. They have these little house cutouts with the laser cutouts of the word love, gather, home, and family. And I got one of each. Perfect for this DIY. So I just took that twine off of the sign so I can thread my beads on. Again, these are just left over from one of the Easter garlands, the beaded garlands from last year. And I used some of the beads in a previous DIY. So these are the leftovers, and I'm just going to thread them on, tie a knot at either end of the pink bead so that they don't move. And I am going to hot glue and tape them to the back of the sign. This sign really doesn't need a whole lot because it's already got the shiplap. It's already white. It's perfect for what I needed. So I painted my letters every other color, and I added a little bit of skewer stick to the top of each one of the letters except for the V. I added it to the L, the O, and the E because the V sits all the way from top to bottom of that frame, and the other letters were dipping down onto the frame, so they weren't even. So I needed just a little something underneath to raise them up, and that was perfect. Here's the finished DIY. All I did was go ahead and hot glue that heart at the end after I got all my letters glued down, and it's done. It's so simple and really cute. I'm happy with how this one turned out. Loving the soft pink theme of this video. Just a romantic kind of feel. Moving on to DIY number 5 and the last one of the video. I have a Dollar Tree tiara. I have some of these new heart-like ornaments in this new Dollar Tree mason jar that has a kickstand on the back so it stands like a picture. I'll be using some of this gingham pink and white ribbon from Dollar Tree as well. This one's simple but really cute, and I have some vinyl letters and numbers, and those came from either Walmart or Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. I pulled them out of my stash. So I'm just starting out by taking everything off, taking off the little metal heart, the twine, getting the staples out, all of the things. And then I am painting it with the plaster. And I left the edges very rough because I love that rustic look. Now I'm going to take this tiara. I'm going to cut the ends off using my wire cutters. I'm going to pull those staples out, and then I just stretch the tiara out until I can see the wires, and then I pull them out with my wire cutters, and that makes this very, very pliable. It's just corrugated paper, so I love using it whenever I want the look of metal. So I'm just going to glue that down to the top so that I have my lid. Be careful gluing that because it is super hot. So I just grabbed my scissors to press it down, using the handles, of course, so I didn't mess my scissors up. Trimmed off the edge that I did not need. And I'm going to take 3 of these little hearts, one in the glitter, one in like the soft satin kind of look, and then one that's super shiny, but it's all a very pale pink. I thought these were gorgeous. I was so happy to find them. I'm going to take those and just glue them to the top of this mason jar. Nothing that I've made today is hard. Everything is so easy, but it's just pretty. I'm going to take that gingham and go around the mason jar just under that silver lid and hot glue it to the back. Going to take some more of that gingham and make a bow and glue it to the center of the top of this jar. Now I'm going to take my letters and my numbers, and they just spell out Feb 14. And these are self-adhesive, and they stick really well. You can go back and cover them with some Mod Podge just to make sure that they don't come off. But I tried to lift one up because I was going to move them over, and they would not come up. So I just left it alone. I wanted to move the one over just a little bit. But it had adhered so well that I could not get that one to come up. So I just left it. But this is cute and simple, and I love it. You guys, thank you. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you to all my old subscribers. Thank you, everyone, for clicking on this video and watching my content. I love you guys so much. You're amazing. And I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Sharing some of your time with me means so much to me, and I'm truly grateful. This is a reveal of everything that I've made for you today. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already and you've watched it all the way to the end, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you never miss out on another cute and crafty DIY with D. I would be so blessed and overjoyed to have you here. Don't forget to leave me a comment, you guys. Talk to me. I love talking to you. Let me know what you think of the DIYs. Let me know which one you plan on recreating. It was truly hard for me to choose a favorite. It really was. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Until I see you on my next video, be blessed, stay safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. See you in my next one. Bye.